Alright, just picked up this project. This is a 2005 Polaris Sportsman 400. Got it for $1,400. It was up for $15,000, and the guy was pretty firm on price. Went there, and he took $14,000. So at least we knocked off $100. It was pretty close to me, so it wasn't too bad of a deal. So he said that he owned this thing for 7 years, used it for plowing and just like light trail riding. So he said he put new tires on it. There's this aftermarket weird exhaust on it. I don't know what that thing is. Kind of janky. Missing a piece of side plastic there. The plastic here is broken, you can see, and it looks like it's screwed in right here. So the front panel does not open. It does come with a winch and plow. Pretty nice cycle country plow with a, what kind of winch is this? Champion winch. So he basically is selling it because when you go full throttle, it breaks up horribly. So there's like really low power. It hesitates to take off. And then the main reason was this CV axle broke off, and he tried to get it out, but it's stuck in the front diff. So that is not good. He said he tried welding stuff to it, he tried a torch, he said he pretty much tried everything, a slide hammer, and he just could not get that thing to budge. So today we are going to try to fix all these problems, and hopefully we'll have a good running machine. Missing this side plastic here as well. I don't know if the seat's not correct for it or if it's just missing the side plastics. Kind of weird. But there's a brand new battery, he said, he put in a week ago. The tires look pretty much brand new. So I thought it was a pretty good deal for a running, driving machine. Got the hitch here that came with it. The CV axles in the back look pretty decent. Not horrible. There's not a ton of rust on it. That CV axle's good. But let's see how many miles are on this thing. So right now it's on odometer. It says it only has 1,289 miles. This is broken too. Plastic's broken. So we'll have to plastic weld that up. Let's see if the winch works. It's pretty smooth. Okay, winch is working. Cool. The lights work. Yep, headlight works. Let's see if the low lights work here. Yep, those are working. So pretty much everything works. See if she fires up. Starts up just fine. All-wheel drive and 2x4. out pretty good. Alright, so as you can see, I was going full throttle all the way down, and it's almost like it's bouncing off the rev limiter. It's not going as fast as it should. But if you gradually go, it picks up speed. So I think it's something with the carburetor. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully. But it's just acting really weird. Let's see if the carb's leaking at all. Carb isn't leaking, but it's got a bunch of gas on the outside of it, so I'm hoping it's the carb. It could definitely be valves as well. But we will see. We're gonna start digging into it. So riding it for the first time, high, low, reverse, park, everything works. But when you go to push the throttle all the way, like I said before, sounds like you're hitting the rev limiter. We're gonna first check the air filter, make sure that's clean. Maybe it's not getting enough air. I have a suspicion that the belt is also really worn out. The guy plowed with it, so typically the belt takes a beating if you're pushing heavy snow. And he had a very long driveway, so I'm guessing it probably took a little bit of a beating. The oil situation, it looks like the oil hasn't been changed in a while either, just based on the filter. So we're gonna start with the basics. We're going to go through everything and make sure this thing is in tip-top shape. So first thing I wanna do is check the oil, make sure that's good. I completely forgot to check the oil when I was there. Why is it so hard to open? Holy cow. So it looks like oil hasn't been checked in a while. That cap is like stuck on there. Let's see here. Oh man, there we go. She's coming. Ooh yeah, it's pretty dark. That is pretty dark here. It smells like gas too. So I'm thinking it's dumping gas into the engine. Look how thin that is too. Yeah. Yeah, it smells like gas. So that carburetor might be dumping gas. See, there's probably something living in the seat right there. There's a perfect hole for a mouse, and it looks like a mouse already got in there. All right, let's see here. Air filter's right in here. The air filter could be clogged too. Nope, air filter looks good. All right, let's get this tire off here. It has some long travel in it. Okay, that's good enough. Pretty sturdy in there. So here's what we're working with. We do have a new CV axle to put in here if we can get it out. Alright, we have this bearing puller that fits perfectly in there. Now I think if we expand that, it will expand in there, and then we can get our puller set up on this. Or our slide hammer, I should say, and try to pull that out. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully it'll expand enough for us. Probably need. this out of the way. The way enough? I think we can. Now we just have to hope that this does not fall on us. Darn it. Alright. Well, we'll try this again. It's in there pretty decent. I don't think we're gonna have enough. It's in there kind of crooked actually. Alright, nothing's working. I can't get this thing out. So we're going to try to weld around this so this can't pull out. Okay, so now we've got some welds going around it. Working. It's holding. It's really stuck in there. Holy cow. Alright, we're gonna work at this for a little bit, see if we can get her to come. Alright, that ring must be super stuck. I'm just dripping sweat right now. I've been going hard at this for the past probably hour, and I cannot get it. Watch this. I mean, it will not come. Come on, baby. Not budging. I don't get it. Oh man. Alright, I've been doing this for 2 hours now, and all we got to do was budge just, I mean there's a little bit of play, but that was in there before, so it has not moved at all. And this is the new one right here. So this is the clip that's holding that all in. I don't know how that's possible. It must be expanded in there and can't move. I don't know if there's rust in here packed in there and it can't retract back in. So we're gonna use an air hammer. We're gonna use that and just try to loosen up that that clip on there. We're gonna go right on the shaft and just pound it until hopefully the rust breaks off. All right, we tried the air hammer and nothing. So you can see this is just moving a little bit still. So it's not going to budge. So I don't know what to do from here. I think we might move on to the rest of the quad, try to fix that up, and then come back to this. I don't want to give up quite yet, but I've already spent 2.5 hours trying to get this thing out. So I think we're gonna take a little break from that and work on the carburetor. So let's get the carb out of here and get this cleaned up and see what's going on with the carb. Take off the lid first. There's a clamp right there. I think we can do to get this out so we can get the carb out. Let's see. You can see that can come out like that. Check and see if it's getting gas. So we're gonna look out of this hose right here, see if it's pumping. So as you can see, it's pumping. So we're getting gas. All right. Throttle off at least. I don't know why Polaris makes chokes like this where you can't get a wrench in there. Right here, this just came off, so yeah, it's impossible to fit a wrench in there, so I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, finally got this carb out. I was able to get a wrench somewhat in there and get that out without stripping it somehow, some way. But finally got it. So let's take a peek in the carb. You can see there's a bunch of gas in the bottom of it here. It's like old gas or something that spilled at one point. Let's open this up. Years and years. Alright, let's see. Oh, it doesn't look that bad. Looks pretty clean. Was not expecting that. Wow. Super clean. Let's see if I can get the float out of here. Yikes. We might not have to. Main jet is not clogged, running a 167.5 for the main. Got a little washer on there. Let's see if that's clogged. Partially clogged, but not completely. Underneath here is the air screw, which we're not going to mess with because it's blocked off. Everything's looking pretty decent. The diaphragm could be wrecked though. Let's check that out. Spring looks good. So we're looking for any rips in the diaphragm here. Not seeing any. Alright, so diaphragm looks good. So maybe one of the air hoses was clogged. Let's just see if those were clogged. Those go into the frame right there. Alright, those weren't clogged. Alright, we were able to get the seat out of here, and there's a little O-ring gasket on here that can leak. So we're gonna get that off and replace that. This one's pretty brittle. You can see pretty worn out, so we'll replace that. Alright, so not too much wrong with the carb except for the pilot being partially clogged. So we'll clean this up, blow through all the passageways, install that, and we'll kind of go from there, but I don't think that was our problem. Alright, we got the carburetor and air box back. Let's see what it sounds like. Alright, revs out instantly. So we might have to go test drive this thing and see if that was our problem. Maybe something in the carb was clogged. Alright, we're gonna quick check the belt. So to do that, we gotta get these bolts off the footwell here. That. Basically every other bolt is missing on here. I think that's all. It's tricky to get off here. Alright. Covers off. Whew. It's not easy. And this belt seems pretty stretched actually. Doesn't look horrible. Oh, there's a couple of rips in it right there. See that? Yeah, the belt's definitely worn. So it wouldn't hurt to replace the belt. It's definitely a little stretched for my liking. I mean, that is pretty stretched. So we'll get a new belt for it as well. We'll order up a new belt for it as well. Alright, so the plastic's cracked right here. I wanted to repair that. So we got this off, and look at that mouse nest in here. So that's no good. Alright, that's all cleaned out in there. Alright, we're gonna attempt to plastic weld this. I don't know how much of a difference it's gonna make. It's kind of hard to do it from the inside too. This thing is bent Might just go right here with it. Alright, time to change the oil. So we saw before that there was some fuel in the oil, or at least it smelled like it, so we'll see what it looks like coming out of here. Oh man. She was on there. Oh man, that's really black. Jeez. Black oil right there. This oil filter looks like it hasn't been changed out ever. Just being difficult. All the oil's gonna pour down here. Right, here's the old oil. You can see how black that was. Really, really old stuff. So let's get that changed out. All right, got a brand new oil filter here. Let's get that installed. Little oil around the O-ring here. Now. Alright, I think this takes 1.9 quarts. We're going to check it. We'll put one quart in, check the dipstick, and then we'll put the other quart in. Just kind of see where we're at with things. You can see we're all the way up to the second line. Get that oil circulating. Alright, so for testing purposes, we're going to get this wheel back on. I tried to get this thing off for probably another hour, and I just could not do it. I took a rod, went from this side, and pounded directly on this. Nothing happened. It didn't budge at all. Some people say you can take out the other CV axle and pound it through this way, but then you're risking the other one not coming out too. So it's like, I don't know what to do. I've never given up on something like this before, so I don't know. It's a pain in the butt. All right, made it out to the land. Let's give this thing a test drive. Hopefully everything's fixed on it. I just ordered up a new belt online, so that will be coming. So hopefully I can get that on before I post this video, but if not, just know this thing needs a new belt for sure, because I can still kind of feel it slipping. And we saw it was really stretched. So let's unload this thing and see what it can do. so it's definitely better. It just feels like the belt's slipping pretty bad. So I think that was the main problem all along. Because when you go slow with the thumb throttle, it likes to grab, and then when you go fast, it seems like the clutch pushes in fast, then doesn't grab the belt as good. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Going uphill, it's having trouble. So again, that would be the belt. And then we'll see when we pull the mower today if it's gonna have trouble. So this is going straight uphill here. Alright, it pulled this thing just fine in low gear. So, up the hills, it struggled a little bit, but that's because of the belt for sure. So, yeah, it was working pretty good. Well, we were able to test the Polaris Sportsman 400. Did a couple different jobs with it. We pulled the mower. We carried some dirt bags with it. And we got some seed planted here. So we did all that. And then if you guys didn't notice, we got the driveway done. I was getting really sick of the gravel. So we decided to get that done, and then we had to plant all along here. Grass. You can see the grass over here. We're planting. And then we made like a little garden area over here. So we've got a bunch more dirt in the trailer that we have to put in here. And I've got the lantern up right there. So it's starting to come along. But the driveway's gonna be great for winter plowing because I hate plowing gravel. So we might keep this four-wheeler for plowing this year. I would obviously get a different plow for it. This one's a little bit too small. But that's gonna be a lot better than plowing gravel, I can tell you that. But yeah, really no complaints with this thing. The only complaint is that the belt is slipping. So once we get a new belt, this thing should be good as new. I'm gonna look for some side plastics and possibly a new cover, maybe on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, not a bad four-wheeler for $1,400. Runs, drives, just needs a new belt. So hope you guys enjoyed the video on this thing. It was fun digging into it and trying to fix it. Obviously we didn't get the axle fixed. We'll have to find a different solution for that. But I spent 3 hours trying to pound this thing out with a slide hammer, and it was a no-go. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions in the comments, please leave them. I need all the help I can get to get this thing out. But yeah, I mean, if I can get that thing out, it's still a $1,400 quad because we've got the part for it already. So, I mean, just a little bit of work, and this thing is going to be a nice machine. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next video, and until next time, we are out.